Juventus submit opening £40 million transfer bid for Manchester United star. Manchester United have received a bid in the region of £40 million from Juventus for Mason Greenwood. The England international hasn't played a single game for his boyhood club since January 2022, following his arrest for attempted rape, controlling behaviour, and assault charges that were subsequently dropped. Greenwood spent last season loan with Getafe in Spain and began to demonstrate the sort of form that marked him out as one of English football's most exciting talents. The 22-year-old had been due to return to United in time for their pre-season campaign, but a move to Juventus is now looking increasingly likely. Greenwood has already agreed personal terms and said yes to the old lady, and United are likely to be happy with a fee that will go some way to boosting their meagre summer transfer budget. Juve's Serie A rivals, Napoli, who are now managed by Antonio Conte, have also made inquiries, but the Turin Giants are the clear frontrunners at this stage. In the immediate aftermath of his partial takeover, United's new co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe suggested Greenwood could still have a future at the Theatre of Dreams. With the club he joined aged just 6, "We will make a decision, correct?" said Ratcliffe, who officially completed his partial takeover of United on Tuesday. "All I can do is talk about the principle of how we will approach decisions like that. Is he the right type of footballer? We happy with if he is a good person or not? He's a Manchester United footballer, so we are in charge of football, so the answer is, yeah, we have to make decisions. It's quite clear we have to make a decision. There is no decision that's been made. He's on loan obviously, but he's not the only one. We've got one or two footballers that we have to deal with and we have to make a decision on, so we will do that, come to fair decision on the basis of values, which is basically, is he a good guy or not? Could he play sincerely for Manchester United? Well, would we be comfortable with it, and would the fans be comfortable with it?" In a separate interview with the BBC, Ratcliffe added, "We need to look at facts, judge fairly, and take into consideration what the values of the club are. Then we come out of that with a decision. It is not appropriate for me to comment on Mason Greenwood. Rio Ferdinand backs Man United to beat Real Madrid to Leny Yoro transfer and reacts to Erik ten Hag staying. Rio Ferdinand has backed Manchester United to beat Real Madrid to a deal for Leny Yoro and reacted to Erik ten Hag keeping his job at Old Trafford. Premier League giants United and La Liga champions Madrid have both been linked with moves for Lille defender Yoro. Despite only turning 18 in November, Yoro is already valued at around £50 million after enjoying a breakout season for the French side. Yoro played in all but 2 of Lille's 34 League One games last season, helping Bruno Genito's side finish 4th and make the Champions League qualifiers. Ferdinand believes the highly rated teenager has a huge potential and urged his former Manchester United to secure his signature ahead of Real Madrid. "This is a huge summer for Manchester United," Ferdinand said on his YouTube channel. "It's a huge transfer window. They need to recruit well, they need to recruit better. That's been one of the poorest elements at the club in recent years. They've got to get a fit Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez back and playing more regularly next season. Get them too fit and then you need to buy another centre-back, definitely. Do we go for experience or a young one? Leny Yoro is the young lad from France, Lille. I think he's top, he has huge potential and could be anything. I don't think Real Madrid are going to be in the market for a centre-back, so I think he's there ready to be taken, and I would take him now. You would get a good 5 or 10 years out of him. Any transfers Manchester United make this summer will presumably be signed off by Ten Hag, who has kept his job despite the team's inconsistent form last season. United slumped to their lowest ever Premier League finish under Ten Hag, but the Dutchman avoided the sack after a surprising FA Cup final win over Manchester City. Manchester United did contact multiple managers about replacing Ten Hag, and Ferdinand admits he thought a new man would be taking over at Old Trafford this summer. The manager is staying and there's been so much debate and conversation about whether he would stay or go, Ferdinand added. The owners took their time to think about the FA Cup final and the fallout from the whole season. I actually thought they would go the other way, but maybe they've spoken to a few managers and thought they are not for us. Ten Hag has won 2 trophies in 2 years and the amount of injuries last season was mad, the most of any team in the league. So given that, I can totally understand why the manager is staying. Man United target Sporting Lisbon defender with a £51 million release clause, as they rival Liverpool for Portugal star Goncalo Inacio. Manchester United are reportedly planning a bid for a Sporting Lisbon defender. Goncalo Inacio, who has a £51 million release clause. Manchester United are reportedly targeting Sporting Lisbon defender Goncalo Inacio, who has a £51 million release clause. The Red Devils are planning to make a bid for the 22-year-old defender in the near future. Inacio has been called up by Roberto Martinez for Portugal's Euro 2024 squad and has 6 caps for the national team. United are said to be pursuing the 2-time Portuguese title winner, but could face competition from Liverpool. That's according to Portuguese outlets Record and O Jogo, who claim that United are preparing a bid. The former states that United are the best-placed club to sign the defender. Meanwhile, O Jogo claims that United have been tracking the youngster for a long time and that their interest in him is irrespective of Erik Ten Hag's position. It was widely reported that United had decided to sack Ten Hag ahead of the FA Cup final regardless of the result, but the Dutchman remains in post after beating Manchester City 2-1. Inacio has won 2 Portuguese league titles, 2 cups, and a Super Cup since stepping up to Sporting's first team in the 2020-21 season. He has also slotted in at left-back for Ruben Amorim's side, so could bring some versatility to the back line in Manchester. Arsenal were reported to be keen on him in December. He was one of 5 players who scored a penalty to knock them out of the Europa League in 2022-23. Centre-back is one of the areas that United need to beef up after losing Rafael Varane. Varane left Old Trafford at the end of the season after 3 years and 93 appearances, having signed from Real Madrid for £42 million. His partnership with Lisandro Martinez has arguably been United's best of recent seasons, and despite his aging he will be difficult to replace. Ten Hag's current options at centre-back include Martinez, Harry Maguire, Johnny Evans, Victor Lindelof, and Willy Cambuala. Casemiro filled in towards the end of the season due to their injury crisis, but Saudi Arabian sides Al Nassr, Al Ahly, and Al Qadsiya are said to be vying for his signature. All 3 clubs prepared to offer him a better package than the £350,000 per week that he earns at United, with Cristiano Ronaldo's side Al Nassr said to be willing to bid in the region of £85 million. Liverpool, meanwhile, would welcome another central defender following the exit of Joel Matip. Juventus submit opening £40 million transfer bid for Manchester United star. Manchester United have received a bid in the region of £40 million from Juventus for Mason Greenwood. The England international hasn't played a single game for his boyhood club since January 2022, following his arrest for attempted rape, controlling behaviour, and assault charges that were subsequently dropped. Greenwood spent last season loan with Getafe in Spain and began to demonstrate the sort of form that marked him out as one of English football's most exciting talents. The 22-year-old had been due to return to United in time for their pre-season campaign, but a move to Juventus is now looking increasingly likely. Greenwood has already agreed personal terms and said yes to the old lady, and United are likely to be happy with a fee that will go some way to boosting their meagre summer transfer budget. Juve's Serie A rivals, Napoli, who are now managed by Antonio Conte, have also made inquiries, but the Turin Giants are the clear frontrunners at this stage. In the immediate aftermath of his partial takeover, United's new co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe suggested Greenwood could still have a future at the Theatre of Dreams. With the club he joined aged just 6, "We will make a decision, correct?" said Ratcliffe, who officially completed his partial takeover of United on Tuesday. "All I can do is talk about the principle of how we will approach decisions like